Wow, Minecraft just added this new structure. I better go explore it. Sorry dog, you're not coming with me this time. This new structure is allegedly really dangerous, so you shouldn't come with me. Just stay here. I'll be back soon. There doesn't seem to be anything down here, sadly. Maybe somewhere else. Man, I can't see anything. I better swap to my torches. Oh god! What you just saw was my backstory. That's why I created this entire world. I want to get revenge on the creeper kind for killing me in my previous hardcore world. 138 is the amount of creepers I have killed in my hardcore world. In comparison, I have killed 27,304,580 pillagers, but I have only ever killed 138 creepers. However, I have this creeper farm, and it has been running for hours upon hours. But I am gonna be honest, the satisfaction from all the creepers dying in this farm doesn't satiate me anymore. This is not enough, and I think I need something stronger. But before you make something stronger, you need to tear down what isn't as strong. And when you're gonna tear things down in Minecraft, you can either do it two ways. The boring way, with your pickaxe, or the funny way, with even more dead creepers. So here we have a lot of gunpowder, and I'm gonna craft a whole bunch of TNT. And just like that, we have 2 shulker boxes of TNT. That's 3,456 pieces of TNT. Let's see how far that gets us. Behind me is a chest with the materials to a 32 chunk world leader. Because I want to send a message to the creepers. I want them to know that I'm not messing around. So I'm gonna blow a huge hole in the world and make the farm in there. But where can you dig such a big hole without completely ruining your world? I have the solution right here. What I'm standing in right now is my spider farm perimeter. It's a pretty simple design and I have modified it a bit. Because these platforms were made of soul sand, but I've made them of mud. It's right in what you can call an industrial district. Because right here we have my flower farm, which I made myself. Over here we have a very old ground farm. And I'm thinking, since I already have a perimeter here, I can just make one in the forest right over here. But of course, if you know anything about digging perimeters like this, you know that you first have to dig a trench, which is the lines around the perimeter, because the world leader digs the hole, but he can't dig the edges, so you need to dig the edges yourself. And of course, you can meet a lot of water. Luckily, I already have a shulker box full of sponges, and they are actually pretty easy to come by. It's one of my favorite blocks, you just need a bit of. And then. So without further ado, let's remove a lot of water and dig a lot of holes. Okay, let's talk a bit about the new creeper farm. When it has to spawn mobs around the player, Minecraft, for our purposes, checks two things. First of all, it checks the surroundings of the player, because a mob can spawn 128 blocks away from the player, and that's why we made a perimeter. We made it twice as big, just because we could. Then it starts checking the world. It checks from the bottom of the world to the top of the world, and then spawns a mob on one of these layers. If there is a lot of caves in your world, that will minimize the mob spawning around you, because the mobs will start from the bottom and spawn in the caves. So if we once again make a perimeter and remove everything, there's nowhere for the mobs to spawn. This is where this farm comes in, because this farm has one layer of lime concrete where the creepers can spawn, and it has trapdoors overhead, which means only creepers can spawn in this area. What we then do is take these dispensers down here and put a boat in them. And when we activate this with a button, we'll get a boat right here with a hitbox big eject for the creepers to hit. So the creepers will spawn here, instantly get hit by the boat, get pulled up through the boat into these waterlogged stairs, eject the creepers onto this obsidian and instantly pulling them into the nether. And since only 70 mobs can be around the player at all times, if we put the 70 creepers into nether, they aren't around the player anymore and they can instantly start spawning again. That's the premises of this farm. But since we want the creepers to spawn as low in the world as possible to maximize how many creepers spawn, maybe we should start thinking about making the lowest point of the world the lowest point it possibly can get. And that means breaking bedrock. Of course, this farm is way too big for me to just break all the bedrock manually. That's why we have to find a machine that breaks bedrock for us. And I wonder if that exists. This right here is a bedrock breaker made by DividedByZero. And I can very quickly demonstrate how bedrock breaking works. If I have a piston and I place a block of redstone beside it, it will extend. Then the TNT will fall down, blow up and remove the head of the piston. Right above the piston will be a bedrock, or in our case, right below the piston will be a bedrock. And if I, in the same tick as I update this piston again, remove it and place a piston that is turning downwards instead, the piston will think it looks like this, where it doesn't have a head. And if I then update this piston, which I can do like this, you can see that the piston now have destroyed a bedrock. This machine here just does it on an industrial scale. I don't exactly know how this machine works, but I'll try to explain it. This TNT right here gets launched into these stairs and gets aligned, so it gets thrown down into this TNT blast chamber made of ancient debris. Then down here we'll have the head of a piston blown off, and a conveyor will pull a piston down from up here, put it down here, do some magic redstone trickery and then destroy the bedrock and move on to the next block. I'm not exactly sure, as I said, how this works, but I think that's the basics of it. Okay, I'm sorry I bored you this much. Now let's just remove the rest of the perimeter and I'll talk to you on the other side. We just need some music. I wonder if this one will do the trick. We need a smooth floor. And I'm not sure how to do that, but we're gonna solve this problem together. First I need to identify the problem, and the problem is that there is deep slate over y minus 59. So I need to blow up this deep slate without blowing up this deep slate. That's normally pretty easy. These flying machines just fly over and bomb it. But if I turn it on right now, the flying machines will go one layer down and then blow this deep slate up. And we don't want that. Here's how the machine basically works. You remove this redstone block and the entire machine gets moved one block down. Then these TNT flying machines gets pushed out and starts bombing the floor, and then these sweepers down here will fly out and sweep all the liquids away. When all these flying machines then reach the other side of the world leader, the TNT flying machines will be launched again, and then the sweepers, and it will continue to do this until it hits bedrock. Here we have a different kind of sweeper. This sweeper is also very simple. You can see up here it has observers, and if I activate this observer, it will activate this piston, and this piston will push this part of the machine. And this observer will be like, oh, I noticed I just got moved. I'm gonna activate this piston. This piston is gonna pull this part of the machine, one block. Meanwhile, underneath here is 8 sticky pistons and 2 observers up here. So this observer will also power these pistons over here are like this one, where they get powered and depowered, and they pull the block from the ground one block up. So all the water will then spread. Of course there's some holes in the ground I'm gonna fix. That's just a lot of blocks I'm gonna place. But first we need to build, like, I'm guessing 32 more of these just in a line. That is the plan to remove the floor, so let's do it. We're finally done, at least with digging the hole. We haven't built the farm yet, as you probably can see. As I showed you earlier, we are gonna build a bedrock breaker now, but I need a lot of pistons for this bedrock breaker, because 1 piston equals 1 bedrock broken. I need to remove 5 layers of bedrock in a square with a side length of 180 blocks. That's over 100,000 blocks. Actually, I need 158,450 pistons, which amounts to 92 shulker boxes of pistons. That means I also need 92 shulker boxes of redstone, 92 shulker boxes of iron, 640,000 pieces of cobblestone, and around 450,000 planks. Luckily, I have a lot of those materials. The redstone here I got from the raid farm from my first video, so I've already filled these barrels with a lot of shulker boxes with redstone. I'm gonna make a cobblestone farm that I'll show you in a while. I have a spruce wood farm which is very efficient, and I think I have enough iron. Okay, so quick math. 3 stacks of iron blocks is 1 shulker box. So if I need 92 shulker boxes, I need around 275 stacks of iron blocks. Each one of these shulker boxes has 27 blocks, so 10 of them, that will mean 270 iron blocks. So I should be good if I just take this amount. But actually, let's first check my iron farm. Here we have the collection system for my iron farm. It's a very old design and it doesn't work as well anymore. I have planned to build a new one, but the problem is that the one I want to build is one-dimensional, which means I'll have to tear this collection system down. That wouldn't be as big of a problem as I make it out to be, except that this nether portal I'm standing on is pretty special. Because, as you probably can see, it's missing the bottom. And as far as I can know, there hasn't been any leaks about how you can do this in modern Minecraft. I could only do this a few updates ago. That's like a piece of history in this world and I just don't want to tear it down. Anyway, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22, 22 shulker boxes of iron already. So that was 18 shulker boxes of iron. And if I just craft this, we get another 3 shulker boxes of iron. Now I probably have to dig into my reserves. And that should be it. Now just for the cobblestone and the planks. This spruce wood farm is designed by Activation, and as always I'll link them in the description. It generates 161,000 logs per hour, so that's over 600,000 planks per hour. Much more than we will ever need. As you can see down here, I have thrown together a little collection system, and if we go back here, I have already AFK'd a little bit, and I should have enough wood. That's plenty. Now we need to talk about the cobblestone, since we need over 600,000 of it. I don't want to mine that by hand, and we don't need to talk about how I have already mined that by hand. This, in my creative world, is my cobblestone farm I have designed myself. Or that's a bit much. I have put together a lot of designs from other people, and then built this cobblestone thingamajig around it. The TNT dupers up here are by Obsidian and Ners. Just rip them out of my ice farm, and then put them into this machine. Then we have this leaves layout, which are by Martin Demink 7582, if I'm not mistaken. And the shulker box loaders are by Phil Goodinator on Discord. I just took all these designs and put them together into a machine that works. I have no idea how much this farm actually produces, but by my testing it's more than a shulker box per minute, which should be more than I'll ever need. So let's quickly build this in survival.
Remember that it takes some time, but what if you're not getting it right? You're feeling so indecisive. Not easy when you're moving forward. You think you need to face it all alone. You think there's no hand to hold. Should be on it, leave it slowly. No matter if it seems unknown, you feel it when you need to know. Should be on it, leave it slowly. No matter if it seems unknown, we're getting down, we're letting go. We're getting down, we're letting go.
Now we have another problem. As you can see, my cobblestone farm is here. And here is my base. So I've made this railroad to transport all the items. And if I put all these shulker boxes into just minecarts and put them on a flying machine, I should be able to just fly right over there.
Should be on it, leave it slowly. No matter if it seems unknown, you feel it when you need to know. Should be on it, leave it slowly. No matter if it seems unknown. Should be on it, leave it slowly. No matter if it seems unknown, you feel it when you need to know. Should be on it, leave it slowly. No matter if it seems unknown, we're getting down, we're letting go.
Perfect, the crafting station is finally done. And if I pull this lever, we will see that all these crafters starts crafting pistons for me. And they all flow up here. Now we just need to wait a little while. Of course, you can just get this transition. It's finally done crafting. Oh my god, someone placed 2 shulker boxes of TNT here. Not me, I would never do that. Don't ask about all the pyrotechnics in my inventory. I would never use them for exploding something like this. But I still need to tell you how it works. So basically, farm works by me pulling this lever here, and then this clock will start, and the crafters will start crafting pistons. But I need to be careful not to activate any redstone around all this TNT, or else it of course would blow up. Anyways. I don't know if you have caught by yet, but apparently everything in this video has to blow up. There's still 4 blocks alive up here. I have no idea how that's possible. That's better. Anyways, down here we actually have the shulker boxes of pistons. And this just feels unreal when scrolling my mouse over it. And it's pretty convenient that the chests are right behind me, as you can see here. And down here is the hole that we need to dig. And I've just thought of something. You see, down here at the floor, there is a bedrock of course, but there isn't really that much. Just around 20% of the ground is covered in bedrock. So it doesn't really make sense to use 5 pistons per 1 bedrock broken on the first layer. Why don't I just remove this myself and then make the machines break the other 4 layers? That seems much more reasonable. I'm gonna do that. As you probably can see in my offhand, there is no totem anymore, because I accidentally blew myself up, so I'm actually not gonna do this. Instead, you have to know that in my hardcore world, I cannot get totems just from a raid farm, and I have to fight a raid manually. So that's what we're gonna do now, while the bedrock is breaking. And here we are. If you've seen my first video, you probably remember this village. I've actually put on Fawn's armor for once, and now there's nothing left to do but set the shaders on, drink the potion. Man, I hate this part.
I feel like I hit it rock bottom. I hit the water and I'm going on now. It's not what I wanted, but what I needed. The urge to push back that wasn't there before. Rather feel extreme than nothing. Gotta be stuck before you're running now. Time waits for no one, start running now. Rather feel extreme than nothing. A lot of people don't see it coming, but I gotta give them a plot twist. Easy to slip and switch up. Start running now. Start running now. Start running now. Yeah. Start running now. Yeah. Start running now. Yeah. Start running now. Start running now. Rather feel extreme than nothing. Gotta be stuck before you're running now. Time waits for no one, start running now. Rather feel extreme than nothing. A lot of people don't see it coming, but I gotta give them a plot twist. Easy to slip and switch up. Start running now. Start running now. Start running now. Yeah. Start running now. Yeah. Yeah.
I did not expect the void hole to take this long, but it took me around 4 days to complete. And then I had just a day where I looted a lot of trial chambers, just stressing off. But of course, I'm not done yet. I still need to build the farm. And I've already played on this world for 5,549 days. And every single day I have spent on this world has been building up to this point. I have been wanting to make one of the best creeper farms in Minecraft, simply to get my revenge. Of course, to build the farm I need a lot of materials, and I have built a farm for pretty much every single one of the materials. First of all, we have the iron trapdoors, which came from my iron farm and my iron supply, which is even more drained now than it was previously. Then we have the obsidian, which came from this pretty simple wither in a cage in the end farm, and the lime concrete, which came from digging sand, trading for gravel with picklings, and this sea pickle farm. That's also where the sea pickles themselves come from. The amethyst for the tinted glass comes from my amethyst farm, And right next to my amethyst farm, I have this wood farm by IanXOFour, where the warped buttons and the warped stairs comes from. The most overkill farm I have ever built is for this singular shulker box of ice, where I built the fastest ice farm possible in Minecraft. Then we have these dispensers, where the string came from my spider farm and the perimeter I showed you earlier. The wood for the sticks came from the wood farm by IanXOFour. The cobblestone I just mined myself, and the redstone came from my now defunct wheat farm. So now we're gonna build the farm. But this farm is not gonna be a time lapse, because I need to do some things that don't look good in a time lapse. So there we have the spawning platforms. Of course, it shouldn't be that easy. Every single one of these dispensers here needs a boat in them. Because I probably showed you already, but the creepers spawn on these spawning platforms, gets picked up in boats, gets thrown into nether portals, and then gets traveled into... I told you already, you don't need to be reminded. But the problem is that boats in Minecraft don't stack, so I need to craft 27 boats, build 27 dispensers, go back to my crafting table, craft 27 boats, build 27 dispensers, and so on. Fun fact, there is over 1700 dispensers. So this is gonna take a grind. I'm talking probably some hours. 3 hours later. There's all the boats and the roots on top of the boats. But as you can see, there's something wrong. Orange in the schematic means I need to modify the block. And in this case, I need to put water in all the roots. And that was all the water. Now we just need all the sea pickles. There we have the pickles on the walls. Down here I quickly made an experiment to see if I, with this boat here, would be able to place these blocks up here. As you can see, even with the boat being placed here, I can still build the entire thing. Also, as you can see, the mechanic works. I can go into the boat now, and I'll be ejected up here if I click shift. And if I drown this stair, this boat down here will think it's underwater. So if any mob tries to get into it, it will instantly be ejected up here. Sadly, I can't go into it. That was my mouse clicking right click. Anyways. Every single one of the warp stairs behind me have now water in them. Now I just need to put carpets over them and then build the portals. Ka-chow! There we have it, it is basically done. We still need to turn on the portals. And to turn on the portals, we first need to find their corresponding coordinates in the nether. You of course know that 1 block in the nether corresponds to 8 blocks in the overworld. So I just have to go into the middle of each of these 4 squares. And then write down the coordinates, divide them by 8 and find them in the nether. And luckily I have already done that up here. So these are the 4 portals we need to turn on. But before I should probably make a tube for the creepers to actually fall out of, so I don't just have a creeper infestation in my world. And you're probably asking yourself now, is he really gonna collect the 1 million gunpowder the creeper's gonna drop? No, I am simply building this farm to get the enjoyment of seeing all the creepers die after they killed one of my hardcore wills. And then I should probably build a glass tube around this. I have of course already collected all the glass. There we have it. Now we just need to check that these portals down here don't link to the same portal as this portal down here. Because personally, I do not want to meet thousands of creepers each time I enter the nether. And of course, we need to light the portals. And here we have them. Now I'm just gonna test the edge portal right here, the closest to the actual portal I used to leave this place. And it still links to this one. Perfect. At the moment I have a mob switch on, but if I just leave and join again, then in here, in my F3 screen, we can see 1700 entities, because every single boat is an entity, but also because right now there's constantly creepers being thrown into the nether, hopefully. If we look very carefully here, we can see one creeper down in here, and behind it there's blinking creepers because they are instantly getting teleported to the nether. So let's go check the nether. And of course, to check the nether, I actually need someone to stand right here. And since it's a single player world, we're gonna have to use a bot. That was not my fault. He just did that. Come here, Steve. So this is Steve, and Steve, he's just gonna stand there while we enter the nether. Of course, I'm not sure what's gonna be on the other side of this portal. It could all have been a miscalculation. So I'm not gonna take any chances. And there we have it.
Everywhere I look, it's coming down.
Two and a half real life years I have spent wanting this. Now I can finally rest. Now I don't know what to do.